right, we are back with more multiplication. Now, you might remember from last time that multiplication means groups of. Sarah, what does multiplication mean? Groups of. What does multiplication mean? Groups of. Yes, it does. Now, here's a new way to picture multiplication, and that is with an array. Now, an array just means rows of the same thing. So I'm going to show you an array, and we're going to see how that looks like a multiplication problem. I'm going to draw circles to start with, but you can do arrays with lots of different things, as we're going to see. So I'm going to do, there's one row of 6. There's 2 rows of 6. So here's how this array is like a multiplication sentence. A multiplication sentence means groups of. What does it mean, Sarah? Groups of. Right. So each row is like a group. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this group. I could also say, I could count them as I go. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's an array. Let's see what this is actually like an addition sentence for. If I was writing this array as an addition sentence, I would add each row. So let's see. I have 6 in each row, and there are 2 rows. That means I'm going to add 2 6s. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. When I made the array, I kind of already did skip counting. I went 6, and then another 6 is 12. Now, what multiplication sentence do you think this is? How many groups are there? Well, each row is like a group, so there are 2 groups, and how many are in each group? How many are in each row? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 times 6 equals 12. So I can use arrays to show multiplication sentences. Now, we're going to do this another direction. I like this because arrays can actually help me solve multiplication problems. So let's start with a multiplication problem, and then I'm going to show you how to do an array to solve it. I'm going to do some with drawing, and I'm actually going to do some with things that we can hold as well. I'm hungry. Sarah, just wait. I'm in the middle of a multiplication lesson. I'm hungry. Wait. Okay, so let's do a multiplication sentence. I'm going to do 3 times 7. Now, let's take a look at my desk here by Sarah, and I'm going to make 3 rows of 7. All right, so our multiplication sentence was 3 times 7. That means I'm going to make 3 rows of 7 with these counters. I said I'm hungry. Sarah, I heard you. I'm in the middle of something. All right, so we've got, here's our first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1 row of 7. How many rows do I need? I need 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Oh no, that's not an array. Here we go. 1, 2. Move this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my array is even rows, and I can just count the number in the row to find how many 3 rows of 7, or 3 times 7 are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 3 times 7 equals 21. So we learned that 3 times 7, 3 rows of 7, equals 21. I like acting it out with my hands because that made it a little easier to understand. Now, for our next array, we're going to do 6 times 4. And let's draw the array to see if we can do it. I said I'm hungry. I know, Sarah, but I'm in the middle of drawing the hungry. Okay, I think we're gonna have to do one with some food so I can feed Sarah, and she's gonna stop interrupting me. Yes! Right. Sarah's being a bit of a pill. So we're going to use some M&Ms to act this array out, and then maybe she can have some. So our array, as you'll remember, is 6 times 4. So that means we're going to make 6 rows of 4 M&M. All right, 6 rows of 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 row of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 rows of 4. Hungry! Wait, we're just going to finish solving the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Sarah made me lose track, so I'm just going to double check here. I have rows of 4, but I only have 1, 2, 3 rows. I need 6 rows, so I'm going to get a few more going here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, 6 rows of 4. Let's count them quick so Sarah can eat them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 6 rows of 4, 6 times 4 equals 24. So, I don't know what I was saying before. 6 times 4 is 24. But I want to do one more where I draw it. So, excuse me, Sarah. I'm going to grab this guy. Okay, so we're going to do one more where I'm going to draw the array and use it to figure out the answer. We're going to do 5 times 5. So that means I'm going to do 5 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. Now I'm going to count each row to figure out what 5 times 5 equals. So I know there's 5 in the first row. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 5 times 5 equals 25. So I can draw arrays to help me figure out the answer to a multiplication sentence. And depending on what I pick, I can eat my arrays when I'm done. Oh boy, more arrays. Let's take a look at that red array first. I'm going to count each row and write the number as I go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 3 rows of 3. So if I was writing that as an addition sentence, it would be 3 for the first row, plus 3 for the second row, plus 3 for the third row equals 9. The next step is to practice skip counting. That's what I did as I was going down the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I'm writing the multiplication sentence, it's how many rows times how many in each row. There are 3 rows and there are 3 in each row, so that equals 9. Let's try the yellow one. I'm going to switch to a more yellow color. Okay, so looking at my rows, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if I'm adding my rows together, I have 4 plus 4, because there's 4 in the first row and 4 in the second row, which equals 8. Let's try skip counting. If I count 1 row, it's 4. If I count 2 rows, it's 8. And for the multiplication sentence, how many rows of how many? 2 rows of 4 equals 8. Ooh, I hope you're getting better at this. I know I sure am. Let's try one more. I'm switching to blue. So let's look at this array. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 in each row. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hey, wait a minute. I think I recognize these numbers as skip counting. So let's try it as an addition sentence first. I'm just going to add every single row. So I have 5 for the first row, 5 for the second row, 5 for the third row. 3 5s equals 15. Let's try skip counting. If I skip count down the side, I go 5, 10, and 15. So I have 3 rows with 5 in each row, and that equals 15. Now, that was all well and good, but let's try going the other way. I'm going to look at a multiplication sentence and see if I can write an array. So remember, it's how many rows of how many. So I'm going to have 3 rows of 4. So let's try drawing the array. So here's 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 4, 3 rows of 4. There's my array. Now, if I was going to write it as an addition sentence, doing the addition equation here, I would write 4 for the first row, plus 4 for the second row, plus 4 for the third row. I'm writing 3 4s and adding them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 equals 12. So 3 times 4 equals 12. I like multiplication because you can do it as a picture or you can do it as a addition problem, depending on how your brain works. Let's try one more. Let's do green. So I have 2 rows of 3. So how many are going to be in each row? 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. There's 1 row of 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 rows of 3. How would I write it as an addition sentence? Well, let's see. I'm going to write 2 3s. So 3 plus 3. A 3 for each row equals, I bet you knew this one, it's 6. So 2 times 3 equals 6. I wonder which way works better for your brain. Does your brain like it more to see a picture of the array and be able to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or does your brain like to make an equation out of it, 3 plus 3 equals 6, and solve it? It's good to notice which way works best for you so you can do your best work on your multiplication problems.